Good afternoon from Big Sky Country. I'm Stacy, owner of Montana Used Bricks. Today I want to talk about sorting. I've had several people in the comments ask how I sort and what my process is. I figured today I would go over my process. There's a lot of different ways to sort when you have a lot of bricks that you're trying to go through to get into inventory. Mine is just one way, and I'm sure there's a lot of easier and quicker and more efficient ways to do this, but this is the way I started doing it when I started, and I don't like change, so I probably won't change my process, but this is just how I do it. If this is helpful in getting you started or gives you some ideas on how you might want to sort, then I'm happy to be here to help you with that. I'm going to attempt to show my process in a way that makes sense to other people. It makes total sense to me, but that doesn't mean it's going to make sense to you, the viewer. And since my sorting process actually takes place over almost a 3-month period, of course, this is just going to be an overview of that process. I do have kind of a pre-sort that I do, which I show on one of my Lego haul videos. Basically, when I get an eBay box, once I open it, I start going through it. I break all the pieces apart to make sure that none are stuck together. And as I'm going through that process, I also look for non-Lego parts. I look for parts that I know I'm not going to be able to sell because they're scratched, faded, damaged. If there's parts that are dirty but look like I might be able to sell them, I'll set those aside as well. And I will also set aside any minifigures or minifigure body parts to give to my husband to put into inventory. So I do kind of a pre-sort, and then once I get that done, it gets dumped into a bin. So let me take you over and show you the bin and show you the process from that point. These are my bins of Lego that needs to go into inventory. Today I'm going to be working out of this bin here, and I'm going to be taking out 5 categories. How I decide which categories I'm going to take out first is based on which category I have the most parts of. And to see that, I'm going to come over to my computer and I'm going to look at items in my inventory page. I'm going to click on the items and I'm going to go in descending order, and I'm going to look here and I'm going to pull out bricks, plates, plate modifieds, slope, and plate rounds. Those are going to be my top 5 categories. I've also learned to pull out wheels and tires on this massive sort because they take up the most room. My setup for sorting is I use these 5 containers here to sort the parts into. Like bricks will go in here, plates in here, slopes in here, plate modified, and plate rounds. And then my wheels and tires will get put into this one. To start, I'm going to take some of the parts out of this big tub and I will work from this container here. I have emptied this container twice, and you can see that I've made some pretty good progress with sorting out my 5 categories plus my wheels and tires. Also, while I'm sorting, I will make piles of different things. This part right here is one that I believe I need for the camper set I'm trying to put together. These are non-Lego parts. These are minifig parts to give to my husband, who's in charge of the minifigs. And then these are parts that are scratched or broken that I know I can't sell. Always have my human tool handy because there's always those 1 or 2 parts I didn't get separated when I did my pre-sort. And then I also have a container that I put parts that I need to wash. So these are dirty or faded. I will try to get some of the yellowing out of the white ones. It doesn't work very well, but I just put them in a solution of dish detergent and just a little bit of OxyClean. Sometimes that'll take the yellow out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's always worth a shot. And for some reason, somebody stickered up this shark piece. So I'll see if I can get the stickers off, maybe use a little Gooby Gone to get that cleaned up. I did have somebody ask me about whether or not I wash all the used parts I get. I only wash the used parts if they're dirty, dusty, or if they have a really bad smell. Then I'll do a massive wash of parts. Otherwise, I just do them as I see them, because it is a very time-consuming process to wash and dry used parts. Now that I've got 2 of these containers done, I'm going to take a little break. I have an order to pull, so that's a good way to stretch, because I've been sitting here for quite a while sorting. And then after I get that order pulled, I'll come back and work some more, because I still have quite a ways to go to fill this bucket. I'm about a quarter of the way, so I probably have to fill this probably another 4 to 6 times before I get my basket full and I'm done with this massive sort. I'm almost through with my 5th sort, and you can see that these 2 are now overflowing. So I'm going to dump these into these extra baskets. These baskets have come in very handy. And now I will be able to continue working on my sort. I now have my bucket full, so I'm done with my massive sort. I have my bricks, plates, plate rounds, modified plates, slopes, and wheels. So now it's on to the next step. The next step for me will be to sort out my bricks, and I will start by sorting out by size. I will put anything that's 2 by 8 or bigger in this slot, put 2 by 4 and 2 by 6 in this slot, 2 by 3, 2 by 2 in here, and then everything else will go into this spot. And then once I have these sorted, then I'll actually start putting parts into inventory. I'll start sorting these by size and then color and adding them to Brickstore to be uploaded into my store. I also pull out all the stickered parts and set them aside, and I will do those after I'm all done with the rest of them. Once I get the bricks done, then I'll move on to the plates and the other ones that I have to be sorted. When all 5 of those categories are done, I will come over to my basket and I will sort out the next 5 categories, which, like I said before, I just hit the items and do descending order. And the next 5 that I will pull out will be Technic pins, axles, modified bricks, Technic bricks, hinge, and possibly the wedge plates. And once I have those sorted out, then I'll put those into inventory. And I keep doing that until the basket that I had full is empty, and then I'll do another massive sort. If you were wondering how much was left in the bin that I was pulling parts from, this is what I have left. So I probably took out about 1/4 to 1/3 of the parts out of here. Basically, to recap, I just whittle down a big sort to a smaller sort. I'll just keep removing 5 categories from my basket until there's nothing left, and then I'll do another massive sort. When I said before it takes me about 3 months to do a sort, that's from when I do the massive sort until I'm completely through that basket. Sometimes it'll just take me a month and a half, sometimes it'll take me 3 months. It really depends on what else I have going on and how much time I have to devote to putting parts into inventory. It also has a lot to do with the size of the parts, because obviously I'm going to fill up the basket a lot faster when there are bigger parts, so it's going to be very easy to get through the basket a lot faster when the parts are all big. But obviously if it's a lot of small parts, it's going to take me a lot longer to get through them and get them into inventory. So the time it takes me to get through a basket varies greatly. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.